What's sexier than the guy on this cover? The guy that's sitting right here and the brain he brings along with him, Joe Burnich, Big West Marketing. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me back, Jeff.
Hey man, I love having you back. I think every time I come back, my channel blows up because everybody has so many marketing questions, especially online marketing, because it's what you do for me. Both my brick and mortars, my YouTube channel, my ultimate marketing course. Man, you and me got a lot of stuff going on together.
I mean, marketing on Google, SEO, websites, it's such a big deal. It brings in so much business for electrical contractors and for service business pros. It's a big deal. So yeah, this is what I do, and I want to help guys out. And what I want to do for you right now is answer some questions. So what do you have for me for 2025?
So I got Joe here because we're in 2025. It's a new year. We had a new election. Everything's changing. I don't know how much online marketing is changing. I know there's a couple of things that I wanted from you that I want you to talk about that you're seeing. So for example, we started generators and we had a conversation on that. I want to know more about it. But listen, my channel is all about that electrician right now. He's going, damn, you know what? I'm ready. I'm going to make that jump. I see the guys out there. I see the contractors. I've watched Jeff's channel. I'm ready. Those are a big part of my audience. I call those, for lack of a better term, training day, right? Those are the guys that are training, they're getting ready, they're going. My big segment is those 1 to 4 year contractors, 1 to probably about 12 employees. That's the majority. And then of course I've got the 12 and beyond that have been doing this for years, but just they're burnt out, their marketing sucks, they just want to know about it. So if I'm just starting out with like let's just say a $3,000 budget over the next year, which is definitely doable for marketing no matter what. You should put a big amount of your profit dollars into advertising, especially your first 3 years. What are some of the things that you would recommend somebody do?
So there's some basic stuff that everybody should do, whether you're a new guy or you've been in it for a while. You need a foundational website, and whether you're paying me to do a website or somebody else to do a website, or you're doing your own website, there's a few things and some big mistakes I see people do on a website. Number one, people will list all their services, whether it's on the homepage or just a page called services we offer, something like that. What you really need to do, and this is both for Google and for people just visiting your website, you need to break those services out, those main services out, into separate pages, okay? Google loves that and people love it. It shows that you're an authority in the main services. And the main things that I want to talk about right now are generators, okay? EV chargers, okay, because these are the
big keywords.
Keywords that people are searching for.
Really?
People are
across the country?
Across the country.
Wow.
Because number one, EV chargers are just big. Electrical vehicles are big, so people want EV charger installs. Yeah. So have a separate page. Don't just list it on your website. Have a separate page for that. Yep. Okay, talking all about EV chargers. Have pages that have pictures that are all about EV chargers, like we did on your website. Yeah. Yep. Okay, and then just like we did on your website, also we want a page that's all about generators, whole house generator. Right. Okay. Right. And the reason is because people are nervous about the grid. Yeah, the grid's a big problem right now. It's a huge problem. You guys know that. Weather, fires, and the grid. Yeah. Hurricanes. Yeah. So don't just list that you do generators. Have a separate page all about generators. It's interesting. So for example, if I was in the Hurricane Alley, would I want to also put generators and then keyword hurricane backup, like in LA might be earthquake, rolling blackout, those kind of words too? Absolutely. It depends on where you're at. Yeah. It's like customize it to down. But Joe, that's what we said. We're talking about ad dollars. So I know if I listen, I'm an electrician, I'm an electrical contractor. I want to put in 20 recessed lights. I want you to do that. So are you saying part of that ad dollar should go to your website, but what if I can't do it? And I've tried doing it. That's why I do it with you. So where would they go? What would I do if I wanted to hire someone like you? Okay, so if you want to hire me, obviously go to bigwestmarketing.com. I've got a button on there that says free consultation. And basically what we do is I talk to you for free before I even commit $1. Absolutely, because there's a lot of people that aren't right for our services. Yeah. Okay, we don't just take people's money and do this for anybody. I want to make sure that you're a good fit. Right. Okay, because a lot of people just are not ready for this service. Okay, and the main thing we do is web design and search engine optimization. Okay, we rank you up on Google if it makes sense. Okay? Sure. Well, when you said people aren't ready, I'm flashing back to when you and I started this. Right. And I told you there is a slight commitment from my side to make sure that, you know, it's not 0 to 100, it's 0 to 360. To make sure we're 360 level, you ask me for certain pictures, certain paperwork, so when you say when some people aren't ready, I figure a lot of people aren't going to put that time and effort. Right. Yeah, so with SEO, search engine optimization, it needs to be a relationship. A lot of people think of it as lead gen, and that's just not the case. If you want to do lead gen, go to Angie's, go to Home Advisor, go to whatever, go to those.
Pay to play.
Yeah, but that's not what a true search engine optimization campaign is all about. I call it an 80-20 relationship, okay? So basically, you're going to do 20% of the work, we're going to do 80% of the work. And what is that 20%? That's getting reviews from Google. That's asking your clients for reviews, okay? That's going to be stuff like getting pictures, getting quality pictures, which is huge for SEO, huge for Google. Okay? And also huge for your customers. That's what Google wants to see. That's what your customers want to see. Personalized pictures taken with your phone. Okay, before and after pictures, stuff like that.
You even said logo, doing the actual work we're doing.
Yeah.
Is that all AI that kind of picks up on that?
Or? Yeah, absolutely. Google's AI is so advanced these days. They can see the logos in your pictures, on your shirt, on your vehicle, stuff like that. So it's going to be, there's going to be a little bit of effort on your part. And that's why I said it's an 80-20 relationship. There's going to be certain passwords we need you to get for some of your accounts, stuff like that. So we're going to have to work together. It's not, hey, you give us a credit card and the phone rings. It's just not the way it works if you want to do it correctly. And you know this, Jeff. We've been working together for 2 years now. Absolutely.
That being said, in 2 years, you've already got me into #1 in the Missoula area, which was incredible. I had at least, we're talking about 150,000 people within 60 miles of a circle. That's not a lot of people, right? There's 150,000. There's like 30 electricians.
Yeah.
And he got me to #1. I say top 3 because it depends on where. He got me to top 3. My phone rings at least. There hasn't been a single day that my phone in 150,000 population hasn't rang 3 times a day, 5 days a week. Minimum. Yeah. Because you got me ranked to top 3.
Right.
It's that important.
And part of that has to do with the reviews that you and your guys went out and got. So, and the pictures that you got.
Things that I got to be ready to do. Yes.
So it was like that 80-20 partnership. I want to make people understand that. So, but but there is so many things that you can do. It's part of the address that we got together. So there's many things.
And those you can talk to Joe about. Ask him how he did it for me with an address. I have an office in downtown. It's actually my office, but there's reasons for that. Now it's funny. Okay, so there's a certain portion. We were talking about $3,000 budget right here. Are we using about half of that budget to be fair in the first year to get the website up, or are we gonna be a little bit more than that?
The website is going to be between $2,000 and $3,000, depending on how many pages we have on the website, how many different services you want to promote. Another big thing right now in 2025 that I'm really pushing that we did for your website is having what are called city pages or service area pages. So you notice that for all the surrounding little towns around Missoula, we started adding a page for each one of those little towns. And you're not going to get a ton of business off each one of those, but we want to get exposure for Lolo, for Stevensville, for Florence. We want to make sure that each one of these towns gets at least a little exposure so you can start getting some calls from each one of those.
Correct. And as the algorithm kicks in further and further, there we go. But here's the funny part. So here's the biggest difference. Remember, SEO was like diarrhea all last year and the year before. It's kind of died down. The difference between everybody else is Joe is a phone call away. He's not that big corporation company. You're a pretty good sized company. Don't get me wrong. I think you've locked up a lot of service. I think you're the biggest YouTube channel for service contractor, SEO, and marketing, by the way.
I'm trying to be for electrical contractors.
Yeah,
I want to really
he loves electrical contractors.
I love you guys.
But here's the deal, though. You have access, whereas all these other companies are calling that want to do your website. You know, listen, guys, you're doing it on Wix. God bless you. God bless you. But let me tell you something. If I said, I'm going to cook you a Gordon Ramsay meal, what is my quality of that meal going to be compared to the real Gordon Ramsay? Right? When you're doing Wix yourself and you're doing, I don't care where, you're doing it as if you think you're cooking a 5-course meal like Gordon Ramsay. This is the Gordon Ramsay of website SEO marketing online presence. Don't be Taco Bell. Joe, please, my friend, give my subscribers something to motivate them to get on that call, get the pricing, and you know what? Let's give them a coupon code, or you know what? Just mention, hey, Joe, I saw you on Jeff's channel. How can I get $200? $300?
$250. If you come from Jeff, the 360 electrician. I gave all the referrals that come from Jeff $250 off, whatever our current price is for web design.
I'm going to fight for $360 next time we talk, but $250 off. That's a no-brainer. Look, even if you're doing the basic, it's way more than what you can do yourself. Trust me, believe me. And by the way, Joe, Do I get anything out of it? Do I get a penny out of that? Of anything you do for my guys, or for my channel?
Jeff, you don't, but you know what? I'm taking care of your marketing.
He is, that's true. I do get something out of it. I don't get commission, I don't get anything. Trust me, if you level up and you make more money, you're gonna spend it on my back end with offline marketing, paperwork, and coaching. That's good enough for me. I'm always gonna be looking out for you guys. There's no secrets that we keep, by the way, about this. We're sharing like everything that we do step by step. And then Joe, you being here, I also want to talk about a second location on the next time we do the podcast. Joe knows that we're picking up a new property here in the Montana Bitterroot area, where we're actually going to have our second physical location, and we're going to work on our third physical location, all for the Google SEO and for ranking. Can you talk a little bit about how important it is about your location?
Your physical address, in addition to your website, is going to be primary when it comes to ranking in a new city for Google. A lot of people don't realize that the address that you register with Google is going to be the
main area, right?
The main area that you get to rank. So if you want to rank in Missoula, you got to have an address in Missoula. If you want to rank in Hamilton, which is another, bigger city that you want, or bigger town at least, you got to also have an address, like a physical address, registered in Hamilton. I know that's your next location. That's
absolutely.
That's where you
so check this out. The bit of advice he's given us is, if you live in rural Connecticut, I'm just throwing it out there, or Tennessee, or wherever you are, Kansas City, and you live 50 miles out of any main city, and your home office is your main location, you're probably not going to get the calls in the main city as much as you would as if you had an office in the main city.
Right.
Talk to Joe Burnich about that. He can probably give you some advice.
Yep. There's all kinds of information I can give you on that, and there's ways we can get some other kinds of exposure. But but the address is that important. And if you want to talk about details, we can get on a free consultation, analyze your area, your city, and get deep into that. So once again, bigwestmarketing.com. I've got a big button on there that says free consultation, and we can book a free call there.
I'm going to link everything down below as well. If you're watching this on a shorts, then of course head over to the website and take a look. You can also go to affiliates on my website, www.the360electrician.com. You're going to find Big West Marketing there. Now again, I'm going to go back to that. See, you were probably doing Wix and you're probably doing this all yourself, and you realize, it's not doing any good. I'm not going to pay Joe or a firm because it doesn't do anything for me. It's because you don't know these tips and tricks. It didn't work for you because you just didn't know. It's actually the way to go. It's the only way to go. Google won't even list you if you don't have a website. Google doesn't even list you if you don't have a Yelp page. He's going to take care of all that, because the number one call that I hang up on and don't even care about is when they call and they say they found me from Yelp. First of all, Yelp calls me more than anybody that finds me on Yelp because they just want to sell me something, to be honest.
Yelp calls me too.
Oh, I love it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Joe, thank you so much as usual for coming. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
That's it. I'm just excited about 2025.
Let's go. Get some money. Without money, you're going to go nowhere. Spend it wisely. I always tell everybody how if you come to coaching or you get anything from me, my plan is to 10x you. If you give me $1, I better give you back 10 in value, savings, or save you from some uh-ohs. Same here with Joe Burnich. I think it's money well spent. We'll see you guys on the next one.